Hey guys, Kelade here. Welcome to my Mythic Varimathras kill/commentary video. For this fight, we're gonna just charge in and just pop over cooldowns. Our Radium and Lust right here. So you're just gonna go ham ASAP as soon as the fight starts, and you're gonna use old war pots in the beginning. As far as for talents, you're pretty much taking a single target talent setup with the exception of War Machine instead of Endless Rage. So your talents are going to be War Machine, Double Time, Avatar, Bounding Stride, Frothing Berserker, Bloodbath, and Reckless Abandon. And, War Machine is pretty much the reason why we are, one of the best DPS on this fight. It's pretty much, melee, the best DPS is Fury Warriors. For range, it's Affliction Locks, right? And the biggest reason is because of the War Machine talent, because we're pretty much lusted the entire duration, right? If you lust on pull and then you also have over 70% uptime on War Machine afterwards, you're pretty much lusted for the entire duration of the fight, which is huge. And then as far as for gear, I am taking my single target gear setup, which is the Legendary Pants, the Legendary Massacre Ring, and for trinkets, I'm using Convergence and Cat's Garrots. And then so you guys will see like on this fight, whenever I can, like when this ass spawns, right, I'm gonna hit that Battle Cry, Rampage, Odin's Fury, so that way that Odin's Fury hits both the boss and the ad. And it's very, very important that whenever you can on this fight, since the mythic version of this fight does have ads, and which is why we're using War Machine, of course, you do want to be cleaving that ad with either, a Moon Cleaver Rampage or, an Odin's Fury that hits both the boss and the ad. Right, this works in two ways. One, it helps you kill the ad as fast as possible, which is benefit for your raid, because if the ad gets their cast off, you pretty much wipe. Right, so once again, Battlecry, Rampage, Odin's Fury, the boss, and the ad. And the other part is that, of course, it's just more DPS for you to be hitting your Odin's Fury on two targets. So that's like the best thing you can do is when something not only helps your raid but also helps your DPS. So definitely try to take advantage of that as much as you can on this fight. Now sometimes in previous attempts I've tried to execute the ad as they're dying, but it is pretty difficult because everybody in raid is bursting the ad. And so by the time that the ad falls below 20% and you press that execute, as your character is going through the animation, the ad most likely dies. So that's a little bit unfortunate. So right here, I do get the necrotic. So with the necrotic, you just come out here, drop the necrotic debuff on your tank, and then your tank solo takes it out by himself. And then of course, I do use my enrage regen. I should have used it a couple seconds earlier. So whenever you do have to do the necrotics, that's when I would recommend you to use your enrage regen. You're not going to use it for the healing because you can't be healed during that time, but you're going to use it for more so the damage reduction that you get. And of course, as far as for when the ad spawns, if it's not obvious by now, it's whenever the somebody walks certain yards away, and then generally what will happen is when your tank gets rid of their necrotic embrace, so right here in 2 seconds, an ad will spawn. And then the other time that an ad spawn is when Mark Prey comes out. Sometimes an ad spawns there. So those are the two times that the two mechanics that you have to watch out for, right? So Mark Prey is going to come out in 5 seconds right here, and then I can expect an ad to come out. So I'm kind of getting ready. Do I have any cooldowns? No, I don't have any cooldowns. So for this ad, I'm going to try to whirlwind it. And you want to make sure that you tag every single mob, right? You want to make sure that you tag it before it dies. I do switch to it. That way you can get the War Machine proc. And very, very important. I would almost argue that making sure, just as when you first start this fight, making sure that you get your War Machine proc is almost more important than focusing on Enrage, for example, right? Just so you're getting used to making sure that you AoE all the ads. Then of course, now we're into execute phase. Like I said, this is a really, really fast fight, 4-minute fight. The length is almost like a heroic fight for a Mythic guild. So super, super fast. And then, so during execute phase, you still want to proc War Machine, by the way. Like, you definitely still want to proc War Machine. And if if you're somehow in Battlecry, I don't think I'll be in it here. If you're somehow in Battlecry, you can hit an Odin's Sphere on the boss and the ad, right? Obviously, that helps you, so that way you don't have to switch off your target, because your Odin's Sphere will hit them. And then, of course, hitting 2 targets with Odin's Sphere makes it still worth it to use in Battlecry, right? So a couple more executes right here, and then the boss goes down. And this is one of the best fights as a Fury Warrior in this race, so definitely take advantage of everything. The only thing I will say to watch out for, and you guys probably saw me make this mistakes a few times in the video, is the fact that since we're War Machine the entire time, we have too much haste, and a lot of times I press an ability one more time than I want to, right? There's a few times in a fight where I do 3 Raging Blows, and that's not the best. And you want to make sure that you're taking that into consideration. But as always, thanks for checking out the video, guys. Feel free to subscribe to see more. See ya.